channel. My name is Marjabeth C. Solis and I'm a first-year nursing student from Block 1103 at Batangas State University. I will be the presenter of this video presentation. So Ma'am Lourdes Sarmiento, our MC 101 Human Anatomy and Physiology instructor, assigned me to create a video presentation about the integumentary system. Yup, that's right. So for today's topic, we will be talking about the function, process, and importance of the integumentary system. So are you guys ready to learn? If yes, keep watching this video. First, let me ask you a question. What do you think is the largest organ of the human body? Is it the lungs? Heart? Brain? The answer is the skin. Yes, our skin is an organ and it is the largest organ of the human body. Skin is part of the integumentary system and it also includes our hair and nails. The integumentary system has several functions that provide several purposes. One of the functions of our integumentary is to protect our deep tissue from pathogens or infections and chemical and mechanical damage. Our skin serves as the physical barrier that protects the internal environment of our body. The integumentary also regulates our body temperature controlled by our nervous system. In addition, our skin synthesizes vitamin D whose primary sources are the sun. And more importantly, integumentary has sensory receptors that can distinguish heat, cold, touch, pressure, and pain. And in short, it gives us the sense of touch or to feel things.
Layers of the skin.
The skin is made up of two layers. Each layer has its own important part. The first layer is the epidermis. It is the outer layer that acts as the first line of defense against the external environment. I want to mention that the cells that can be found in different locations in the epidermis are called keratinocytes. These are cells that produce keratin. And keratin is a protein that makes the epidermis a tough protective layer. Keratinocytes are produced at the bottom layer of the epidermis and they get pushed upward to the top to replace the superficial layer of the epidermis where they are considered as carnified cells. Carnified cells are dead cells and full of keratin. So, before we begin exploring the layers of the epidermis, I think it's really helpful to have a mnemonic to remember the different layers of the epidermis from the outer layer to the inner layer. Here's the mnemonic. Come, let's get sunburned. The first letter of each word stands for each epidermal layer, which will be called stratum. So let's start with the outer layer, the stratum corneum. This layer consists of carnified cells that shed off and are replaced by new cells that are produced coming from the layers below. The next layer is the stratum lucidum. This layer is not present in all skin areas. It is generally for thick skin and hairless skin like our palms and sole of the feet. Next layer is the stratum granulosum. The layers become flatter and increasingly full of keratin. The next stratum is the spinosum. There are many layers of keratinocytes here and it becomes part of the more superficial layer. Now, the deepest layer of the epidermis, the stratum basilae. It lies closest to the dermis and gives rise to the keratinocytes to the layers above. Fun facts. Do you have any thick skin on your feet or fingers? This could be callus. Calluses are formed when the stratum basilae layer is trying to respond to frequent abrasion by making more cells, which results in a thicker stratum corneum. Stratum basilae also has another type of cells like melanocytes. These cells make protein called melanin, and melanin is a pigment that can result in a different range of colors. Melanin protects skin from being damaged and it is actually transported to keratinocytes in organelles called melanosomes. Moving forward to the next layer of the skin, the dermis. It is the underlying connective tissue framework that supports the epidermis. The dermis contains blood vessels, nerves, sweat glands, hair follicles, and various other structures embedded within the connective tissue. The dermis has two general layers. The papillary layer, which is the upper dermal region, and it has connective tissue that is more loose. It also contains capillary loops which furnish nutrients to the epidermis. Next is the reticular layer, the thinnest skin layer where connective tissue is more tightly packed. The dermis has fibers of two types of proteins, the collagen and elastic fibers. The collagen fibers provide support of the toughness of the dermis, and it also helps to keep the skin hydrated. Meanwhile, the elastic fiber give the skin its elasticity.
The appendages of the skin.
Appendages of the skin include cutaneous gland, hair follicle, and nails. Cutaneous gland release materials like water, salt, or oil from under our skin to the surface of our skin. Our integumentary system consists of the following glands: sebaceous gland or oil glands that produce sebum that makes our skin moist and healthy. The next is the sudoriferous gland or sweat gland that secretes sweat through our skin, and there are two types of sweat glands: eccrine glands and apocrine glands. Eccrine sweat glands occur over most of the body and open directly onto the skin's surface. Apocrine glands open into the hair follicle, leading to the surface of the skin. It develops in areas with many hair follicles such as the scalp, armpits, and groin. Other parts of the integumentary system are hair and nails. Hair plays an important role in insulation, acting as a layer of warmth to protect us from the cold. Nails, meanwhile, help us grip our environment and also protect our fingertips from being damaged.
Hair anatomy.
Let me show you the hair anatomy. Each hair has a hair shaft and a hair root. The shaft is the visible part of the hair that sticks out of the skin. The hair root is in the skin and extends down to the deeper layers of the skin. It is surrounded by the hair follicle, a sheath of skin, and a connective tissue, which is also connected to sebaceous gland.
Nail anatomy.
Here's the illustration of the nail anatomy. Each nail has free edge, a body, and a root. Cuticle is the thick proximal nail fold. Nail bed is where the stratum basilae of the epidermis extends beneath the nail, and the nail matrix is responsible for the nail growth. And lastly, the lunula is the pinkish visible portion of the distal nail matrix that extends beyond the proximal nail fold. So now, let's talk about the physiology of the integumentary system. There are normal processes that occurs in our integumentary system. We have the development of skin color, hair growth cycle, and nail growth. The development of skin color is mainly determined by pigment called melanin, and there are many pigments that contribute to our skin color. Next, the hair growth cycle have three different stages. The first one is anagen. It is the active phase of the hair. Next stage is the catagen. This is the transitional phase, and the last stage is telogen. It is the resting phase. Meanwhile, in nail growth, it is separated to three areas: the germinal matrix, sterile matrix, and dorsal or nail fold. Basically, these three are the normal processes that occurs in our integumentary system.
Summary.
In conclusion, the integumentary system is not merely a superficial covering, but a remarkable and indispensable part of the human body. It protects us from external harm, regulates our internal environment, provides sensory feedback, assists in waste removal and nutrient synthesis, defends against pathogens, and help us maintain hydration. Beyond this, integumentary supports our immune system to fight off infections and help us sense our environment. All these functions make the integumentary system vital for life. That's why it is important to take care of our skin, because taking care of our skin is more than just a cosmetic concern. It is also an important aspect of self-care and overall health. A regular skincare routine that includes washing, moisturizing, sun protection, and targeted treatments can help keep skin looking young and radiant. By incorporating these activities into our daily routine, you may cultivate and sustain the body's vital protective layer for years to come. So this ends our discussions about the integumentary system. I hope you learned something from me. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you on my next video. Once again, I'm Marjobeth C. Solis, your future nurse. Thanks for watching and goodbye.